You're watching The Breakfast Club.
What up, y'all? It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, this is my guy, James Davis. And we were in mid-conversation, so we might as well keep the conversation. Why they was going to cancel the show mid-production?
Oh,
the show he's here to promote now. That's on.
James, you haven't learned that if you can't tell Charlamagne anything if you don't want it on the air.
We just was talking about it. I'm like,
it might have been a behind-the-scenes conversation.
Oh,
I don't know.
It was definitely behind the scenes, but whatever. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
So what happened? What you do?
So what it is we creating a whole new show.
All right.
Okay? Ain't no blueprint for this.
Okay.
I have a vision for my particular hood-adjacent experience. Nobody in the network has lived this experience but me, but they believe in me, and then some of the hires that we had chosen to make this happen weren't really understanding the show as well.
Got you.
So we had to shut it down for 2 months, get the right people. Me and the network, we both were like, what do we need? And now we have the show that we wanted, and it's hot. People are like, oh, Chappelle Show vibes. Like,
So
it's,
what is
it's
Hood Adjacent?
Yeah, well, so clearly that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, but
All
it was
right.
scary at the time when you on your first show, and they're
Got
like,
you.
you don't have a show yet. And I'm like, I thought I did.
All right.
I
So
did.
tell us what Hood Adjacent is.
So Hood Adjacent is a comedic investigation of topics that are personal to me as someone who moves in and around the hood, but also very mainstream and suburban worlds as well. I'm always bouncing in between. I grew up in South Central, like real South Central, like Baby Boy.
The hood.
The hood.
Baby
Well,
boy.
you said real South. Is it a fake South Central? You said real
Because
South
a lot of
Central.
people just say South Central and they'll be like in, Culver City or some like just outskirt and not the hood. But like I grew up in the hood.
You
but
said Baby Boy, so did you live next to Snoop them or like near Jody them?
Remember when I forget who the character, somebody got beat up outside the liquor bank. I grew up by the liquor bank.
Jody got beat up.
Okay, so
Yeah,
and
it took his
I
life.
saw when they were shooting that scene.
Got you.
So I mean, like that's how close. But I walked a block to get there, or half a block to get there, and that's why I'm hood adjacent because
You're right
in that
next
half
to
a
it.
block, things really change.
Got
It
you.
gets really like, a little bougie. You got your Jack and Jills, your middle class, upper class black people. If you go up the hill, if you go down the hill, it's like First 48. 11 o'clock news,
Gotcha.
everything you see in the movies.
I feel like your story is like mine as far as being hood adjacent.
Yeah, a lot of people are hood adjacent.
Because I went to private school too, in Brooklyn, but I grew up in Flatbush. And then I went to Wesleyan, you went to Pomona.
Right.
And I was an English major also.
So you educated, but you still like doing hood rat stuff,
Exactly.
metaphorically speaking.
Got you.
I'm an educated hood rat.
Yeah.
Okay, you hood rat you.
Wow. All right, so how does it feel to have your own show, James? Because James has always been that, like, that's homie on such and such. That's homie on
Well,
Real
tell us some of the
Husbands.
shows he's been on.
That's Real Husbands of Hollywood. That's
Okay.
That's homie from Joking Off.
Right.
Like,
I'm Kevin's homie. I'm Duval's homie.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
your
yeah.
homie on Uncommon Sense.
Yeah.
Or you brilliant idiots. This is the grind. And then I've been writing behind the scenes since like 2008. BET Awards, Hip Hop Awards. When they tried to bring back In Living Color, Keenan brought me in to be a writer on that. It never really came out, but I've trained under literally all the people that we consider greats in the urban comedy realm. And then I was writing for James Corden for the Late Late Show. So then I got training on the other side of the game, the mainstream side. So then when it came time for my show, it's like I want to be able to tell jokes that everybody can laugh at. Because as a comedian, sometimes you tell a joke, you can feel like, oh, only the brothers was laughing at that one, or only the white people got that one. So I've kind of cultivated a show where everybody can laugh at the same stuff because I don't like code switch or nothing like that. I'm just me.
So you
Isn't
do
that-
it's like skits and
See, the thing, it's not sketches though. It's not like scripted. I don't have no Ashley Larry, no like comedians coming in
Ashley
playing.
Larry.
No, not like
When
that.
I
with
watched
you.
it the other night, it was funny because I was on vacation and I was out the country, but they had like a block on, like maybe like two episodes.
Yeah, we 3 episodes
Okay,
in.
so Carlos was. I saw Carlos on there. Y'all did a sketch.
So we did a trap cover of the national anthem.
Yes.
Right. So, but we don't have like just fictional characters or scenarios. Carlos is himself. I'm always myself. Or we take a comedic premise based off a real statistic. Like we did this bit called Walking While Black, which is based off a statistic that black people are more likely to get killed as walking as a pedestrian than other races. So then we did this funny situation where we created literally Walking While Black signs and these booths that were based off bike sharing situations where black people could put on these Caucasian costumes before they walk the street to make it safer. It's a little exaggerated, but we're pointing out the fact that this is a real statistic. Or we did a Pimp My Ride parody where we made a car safe for a young black man driving while black.
Okay.
So instead of like putting a fish tank in the car, we're putting like 100 cameras, a mannequin white woman in the passenger seat, the Miranda rights in the back seat, diffuser oil, everything that could possibly make a cop, suspicious of the driver. We're eliminating that before they even get there.
Now you mentioned the mainstream a lot, and all like to me, I'm like I don't like that term because I feel like black culture is mainstream. Hip hop is pop culture now, so I don't understand why we still make distinctions.
Because when the mainstream is not informed to even what is mainstream.
Gotcha.
Like the fact that there's so little black shows means that people don't understand that there's so many people who want the black experience. So then when a black show blows up, they're like, oh my gosh. And it's like, well, yeah, because there's all these black people in the mainstream who want their mainstream black stories told. So
and all those mainstream shows that are doing us anyway.
They're already doing us.
Yeah.
So I think it's more of me taking control of the narrative as far as how I see it and just executing it in a way where it's just user-friendly or digestible to those who have no clue about the nuances of our culture.
Got you.
Because, like, I want to say secure the bag and other phrases, and sometimes I just have to stop and explain it for the people who don't know so they don't turn off because they've heard 3 or 4 phrases in a row that they don't know, and they feel like the show isn't for them when the overall piece directly relates to them.
That's got to be so frustrating, though.
It is, but at the same time, I didn't want to make a show that people felt like wasn't for them.
Yeah. It's funny though, because I feel like we got to explain ourselves so much nowadays. Like anything we grew up on never did that. Martin never did that.
What do you mean explain yourself?
Like Martin never stopped. If you didn't get it, you didn't get it. You just either watched Martin and thought it was funny or didn't.
You had to watch it a couple of times to catch it in certain occasions. Yeah.
Like Martin was like, get to stepping. Now, for those who don't know, get to stepping is my aggressive way of kicking people out of my household.
Yes.
Like, you just knew or you would learn. But sometimes I think also the environment we're at right now we're so divisive and so many people choose sides. And if you feel like this isn't, aligned to your initial beliefs, people just are turned off so easily where you have to say, hey, don't leave yet. Like, yes, this may be a black party that I've invited you to, but I'm inviting you. I'm not, like, this is an experience that I'm saying come in and explore and observe. You're allowed. Now, you can't, like, just run off with things and start hating on things, but I want you to know what certain things mean so that if you hear about something going on in the hood, it's not just this foreign world to you where you just have all these assumptions based off, ignorance.
True. Now, is your show focused solely on the black experience?
No, not at all. But I just feel like as a black host and a creator of the show, it's always anchored in my black experience. If I'm going to talk about golf, gangs, black girl magic, Michael Jordan, it's coming from me.
How did you
and my
start
black
playing
voice.
golf?
My mom signed me up when I was 12.
They had golf in South
I didn't know
Central.
you play golf.
Yeah, I'm nice. I had a golf
said,
scholarship
"I'm
to
nice."
Hampton. You see I popped my jacket when I said that?
That's what Envy went. Envy went
There's
to
only
Hampton.
2 people that play golf in Hampton, probably.
That's why you got that scholarship. They needed
yeah,
to try to.
South Central, they have golf?
Yeah, well, in Inglewood, they have Chester Washington Golf Course. Then, like,
Really?
15 minutes away in Westchester, there's another golf course. I mean, my mom, she dropped me off. She got me there, but yeah, they got golf courses.
far
in
was
They
the
had
hood.
that
How
golf
far
course
was it from
right
your
across
house?
the street from the Beverly Hilton. That's humongous out there.
Rancho.
That's
That one
Beverly
is.
Hills, though.
I know. I'm just
Why they
saying.
let your
but it's-
black ass on the golf course? We just had Malcolm Gladwell up here, and Malcolm was talking about how racist golf courses are.
And that's the thing. My show, I want to break some of these stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
Golf is really as accessible as other sports, but there's just this feeling within our community that we're not supposed to be there.
That's true.
Now, we
So-
don't see it, though. Like,
Huh?
I'm from Queens.
Exactly. You
And
don't
that's
see
what-
You
it.
don't ever see a golf
So-
course, or there's no golfing ranges, so you don't look at that. You see basketball courts, you see soccer fields,
Exactly.
you see football fields, you see baseball fields. That's what I'm thinking. Like in Queens, we just never see the
There
golf
was a
course.
golf course right across the street from my school. It was on the same block as a golf
In
course in
Brooklyn?
Brooklyn. Mhm.
See, but it's not part of our experience to even, like,
Look for it.
be interested in
Right.
it. Like, I golfed in the hood, and the first piece in my golf episode is a golf tournament that's predominantly black. Snoop Dogg's on it. Red Grant. It's like a hood golf tournament, but it's a real golf tournament. I got Nipsey Hussle on my golf episode. Like, I'm showing people how these worlds actually can collide. I got a young black golfer who's like the next Tiger Woods, but I'm like, we got to make you cool. So I take him to the marathon store. Nipsey gives him marathon golf clothes.
Gotcha.
Just to like expand golf into, the minds of
the
the
crazy
people.
thing about Tiger was cool. We just didn't realize how cool he was because he was fronting.
He was fronting.
Tiger was out there getting more pussy than everybody.
A biracial Casanova.
That's all I'm saying. And the guy that got either the weed or the drugs is the cool guy. And the women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Women and drugs.
But I peeped him making all that money, and I was like, this dude is richer than most of my favorite NBA players right
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
Golf.
So why'd you stop golfing?
I still golf.
Yeah, he still golfs.
I just did a commercial for the PJ Tour on Tuesday.
Get the hell out of here.
I'm out here. I'm hood adjacent.
I think
for
that's
real.
great.
That's dope.
Hey, and I tell you this, sometimes it is just exposure. Like, you might go to the golf course one time and be like, oh, this is really dope. I'm going to keep doing it. Just like, say, snowboarding. You might go snowboarding. You've never done that before, but you might take a school trip, or somebody might say, hey, we're going to take the kids snowboarding, and you go. You never would have thought you would do it because predominantly when you go there, it's mostly white people.
Yep.
And then you might do it and say, this is dope. I could be good at this.
Yeah, but snowboarding, when you get to a certain age, your bones start hurting. Golfing, they golf until they 80.
And
Well, you see
that's a
how
plus
messed
as well.
up Tiger's back is, though. He all them painkillers.
No, that's because of having sex with all them waitresses. Listen, so you
in small quarters.
did you have business dealings on the golf course too? Because they say that's good business goes on.
I mean, when you're playing on a exclusive course or a nice course, and you're that young black dude, when they see you on the first tee, they're like, what is this? This guy probably sucks, or he's just a new golfer. And then when they see that I'm really good, all their reservations go away, and they're telling me what they do for a living.
Right.
And I haven't really made a huge business deal yet, but if I wanted to, it's immediately available because they're so impressed with the fact that I'm in their world having some kind of comfortability or expertise in a sport that's not supposed to be
For you.
for me. So it just makes them wonder what else I'm bringing to the table that they didn't expect.
They're like,
So
where did he come from?
what's your
What does he
stroke?
do?
That was
A handicap.
What's your handicap?
Whoa. All right, this got left real fast.
That was gay adjacent. That was gay adjacent. I just want you to know,
What's your
okay? All right.
stroke?
Jesus Christ.
And interestingly,
Jesus.
but Charlamagne, you were just in Anguilla.
Yes.
And Anguilla has one of the top golf courses in the world.
They do?
Yeah, right? Doesn't Anguilla have one of the top golf courses, like in America at least?
I'm
never seen
gonna
no
keep
golf course in
100.
Anguilla.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, because they
I've
were
never
telling me
seen a golf
that
course
in
in
St.
Anguilla.
Martin, actually, Rolando, who's the Minister of Tourism, he golfs in Anguilla all the time, and he said it's like one of the top 20 golf courses. in
I'm
the
not saying
United
they
States.
don't. I've just never seen
I mean,
it.
golf is part of like if you're in Bahamas, Hawaii, Anguilla, Fiji. There's always
Anguilla, sir. Jesus Christ.
I'm hood adjacent, man. I just learned this word. But there's always dope golf courses. And my handicap, by the way, is a 12. That means I shoot 12 over par normally, which means I'm better than most people's dads.
Wow.
At golf.
Now, you was on Real Husbands. You
Yes,
and Kev,
sir.
are we all really cool like that in real life? Were you really his assistant ever?
Here's the thing. He's the big homie.
Okay.
So
Little big homie.
the little big homie. So
Little big homie.
But so I was his assistant because he was like a mentor. So if he needs something in the moment, I'm gonna get it for him. Or in a scene, if I have a little joke or a little tag, I'm gonna be like, Kev, what if you say this? You know, just because I'm so excited to be there.
Yeah.
And then in between scenes, he's also giving me advice. He's, on the first day of set, he congratulated me because I had written for the BET Awards when he was hosting, so he knew me. But in that role, it was kind of like mentor / assistant.
Got you.
But I mean, like I've gone to the club with him and I felt kind of like his assistant just because they wouldn't let me in the club without him, and I had to get smuggled into the club.
So you had to wait
So they
outside
knew
till we
you
got there.
Yeah, and they knew you from being with
I
Kev.
was waiting outside, and I literally had to sit in like the not seat part of his Yukon and drive through security to get in.
Really?
Yeah.
I always thought it was interesting because Kev has a real crew. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Real crew.
that could be on TV.
Yeah.
I'm like, did James really ever roll with Kev?
Well, that's why you don't see me as a plastic cut boy. I'm not on the road with him.
Got you.
But on that show, and in general, like he always shows me love.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's your work friends and your friend friends,
Mm-hmm.
and he has
The people he
friend
came
friends
up with.
yeah, around him. But if I need anything, he's there for me. So
Gotcha.
it's one of those things where he's got my back,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't go anywhere without letting people know that he's always at my back.
Now, Kev says he likes to stay away from politics in his comedy.
Yes.
Do you feel that way as well?
I actually learned a little bit from him because when there was all that controversy with, unarmed black men being killed, I kind of was looking at Kev like,
All that controversy that's still going on, by the way.
yes, exactly. But I feel like there was like one summer where it was like just
Bad.
really
summer.
bad.
Yeah,
Last summer. So I noticed that he doesn't really talk about it in the comedy, but as a person, he kind of lets you know where he stands as far as just on a human level. So I learned from that, and it's like I want to keep my audiences engaged. I don't want to turn off people, but at the same time, I feel like I'm a little bit more political just because these courses I took in college, and it just touches me. I mean, my uncle was killed by a police officer. Some things just hit me a little harder, and to me, it's a challenge, just like Kobe playing in Boston, or, you know, just the Rucker, and there's just environments that are just tougher. To me, those are political jokes. It's like you just have to be really good to make a political joke and not turn off your audience.
How old were you when your uncle got killed?
I wasn't born, so I never knew him. But it's just a missing uncle that my dad told me about, and I know it affected my dad. So I look at it like, dang, I could have been a hashtag or that kid crying at the press conference talking about they shot my uncle or whatever. So when I see things, I want to speak on them, but I'm a comedian first and foremost, and that's what I learned from Kevin. You're a comedian first and foremost, so you have to do your job. His job is not to be, the social person. He's an entertainer. But if you can somehow infuse it in the comedy, subtle or, right on the point, then it just makes your comedy rise to a different level.
Yeah, people like to say that it is a comedian's job to talk about social issues, but when you think about it, it's not a lot of them who did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a select few who did it and did it great. Of course, the Chris Rocks of the world.
Pryor, Chappelle.
I guess the ones you really aspire to be like, in a sense, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, a joke is simple. You make a statement and then you say something funny or contradictory, or the joke comes after. But you have that setup, then punch. And in the setup, you can say whatever you want. You can say something simple or you can say something profound. And I just like to use that one moment to be as profound or meaningful as possible, because you do have people listening to you. Like right now, I got people listening to me. I can be talking about this, or I could be talking about my Yeezys I got on right now. But, we're being more woke, and we're talking about something with more depth.
Anything scary that you stay away from, like rape? Like Chappelle tackled rape.
The best rape joke ever.
But when he came up here on the Breakfast Club, he was like, you're not going to get me to say nothing crazy.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk about it.
Nah, I can't. There's probably a lot that I won't talk about. It's just everything I talk about has to be genuine to me. So if I don't have a real opinion on, I don't do shock value jokes. I don't just talk about like
if you had an experience where a girl accused you of rape,
then I could do it.
Right.
Because it happened to me, and I could find.
Oh, if a man raped you, you could do it.
I might have to leave that for the memoir.
That's not even gay, Jason.
Funny.
That was just gay.
Yeah.
That is not gay if you get raped.
Asking.
I would just say anything in my life is up to comedy.
What about people in your life? Like,
family members.
Relationships.
Oh yeah. I mean, I talk about my car being keyed. I talk about my mom, my
How's your
dad.
car get keyed? What you do to that girl?
Oh man.
It's just it's life.
You knew it was. She admitted that it was her, or she just.
Yeah, she did. I didn't get it repaired either.
You just
You
left
kept
it.
You still got it? You still have that car?
Yeah, so if you know who I dealt with, you know who did it. It's like petty snitching.
I don't remember who he was. Who did you date? She somebody?
Nah.
Everybody's somebody. Stop it.
No, I'm saying like somebody people know.
Nah.
Why did you get it?
No, because I've hung out with I've hung out with Charlamagne with different people around, and I don't want him to just throw a name.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, man.
Like,
no, it wasn't.
I like how James put it out there. Like, yeah, she keyed my car, so y'all give her hell when y'all see her. For those who know her.
Now, did you keep talking to her after that?
I talked to her yesterday.
Let me Google. Now I gotta Google James Davis' girlfriend.
Still together.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's your girl.
His girlfriend keyed his
What
car.
did she key on the car? What did she put in the car?
First of all, she hit multiple sides. She hit the hood.
That's
she
him.
hit the passenger side, the driver's side. I saw her like her anger rising, like because one side is just like she got the angriest.
So what you do?
Man, I don't want to.
You beat your girlfriend up?
What?
This is another James
He
Davis.
clearly cheated on her. He clearly cheated.
James Davis repeatedly punched girlfriend in face when she
That's
failed to
not
have
him.
dinner ready on.
But this picture looks like the picture of this James Davis looks like some
I just saw the
Captain
picture.
Morgan looking.
Okay.
But no,
So you cheated, got caught.
no. I think that
What reason is
in
it to
the
key someone's
moment,
car?
in the moment, she didn't handle her emotions the best when I didn't pick up the phone when she wanted to talk to me.
What were you doing, James, that you couldn't pick up the phone?
That might be a crazy one because you ain't even cheat.
I don't like to label crazy.
So now
I don't like to say crazy.
So James, now you always answer the phone.
Make sure she don't keep my call.
What? Yeah, I just keep it on. I need to, you know what? She just need to get a walkie-talkie, so she don't even have to call. Just beep, beep.
Did she write or she just lying through it?
Lines, but it was like.
Is it weird when you're driving and people are looking like, yeah, he's a cheater. Look at his car is keyed up.
Honestly, I'm like, well, I ain't boring. You know what I'm saying? If you tired of all these respectful, selfie sending dudes, come to death row.
Yo, how long y'all been together?
On and off like 9-10 years.
Oh, man, you about to get married.
He can't get it fixed. Because he can't call the police. Because if he goes to the police, then they're going to arrest her for messing up the property.
Well, they're not going to probably arrest her for that.
Yes,
She white or black?
She black.
Okay, good. Just make it sure.
Can't let no white girl kill your car.
That's racism. All right?
All right? Call the authorities. So Hood Adjacent is a show.
You said the show, you said it's a lack of empathy when it comes to America's discourse on black activism. What do you mean by that?
I just feel that when discussing a lot of topics, people think they understand our experience when they don't, and so things are more black and white to them than they should be.
Right.
Like when someone gets killed by a police officer, shouldn't have been breaking the law.
Yeah. Or when you get a show, they're like, well, black people have shows, you have your show on TV.
Yeah, like what are you complaining about?
Right.
Or even just the fact that on my show, I really try to not make black people the butt of the joke, or I like to kind of make a joke of the problems we face instead of a joke on us. And so I have people who say, you're making fun of white people, or you're white people shaming. And it's like, no, I'm not. I'm just
people shaming.
If anything, I'm just, I guess, giving priority to the black experience in the show. But I'm not shaming anybody. I'm not saying silly white people or anything like that. I'm just giving you more and more information about the black experience. And if you learn something and you feel guilty or you feel aware of your part in a challenge that we face, I'm not shaming you. You are now being educated in something that you can now help.
And if you are ashamed, you probably have reason to be ashamed.
Yeah.
How about that?
But that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I'm just here trying to make thought-provoking comedy that when you leave my show, you've learned something as well, and you can take that to your non-comedic real-life situation, whether it be work, relationships. If you learn something about getting your hood pass and then you're with your friends and you're going into the hood, you know that you can't just treat the hood like in some amusement park and not respect the locals in that area. Or if you're about to become a gentrifier and move into a neighborhood, and I mentioned gentrification in my show, you just have more information about your part in this phenomenon. That doesn't make you a bad person, but you're more aware of how you fit into a larger discussion, and now you can do something about it. Instead of feigning ignorance and being like, oh, I didn't know I was doing this. No one told me. I told you. Every Wednesday, 9 p.m., Comedy Central.
There you go.
Do you think comedians should have barriers?
Barriers?
Yeah. Because, now this is the first time in a long time I've seen people say, yo, comedians have been going too far. I guess too far. Before, you could just make the joke.
I think if the joke is funny, you can get away with a lot more than if it's not funny.
I think
it doesn't make sense.
As long as there's comedy at the end of it, what's wrong? I love dark jokes. I love jokes where there shouldn't have been something we can laugh at in this topic. And if then you make a joke about that, you're that better of a comedian. I mean, like how Chappelle can take you on this whole history lesson and then talk about just to make a Bill Cosby rape joke or something. But it's like in that whole history lesson set up to the joke, he was literally teaching you about American history. But you got your laugh at the end, but he snuck in a lesson.
Gotcha.
Like certain things like Kathy Griffin, that whole drama.
Yeah.
That wasn't, I didn't get it. Like,
right. If your message isn't clear, then, or the joke isn't clear, then you failed.
Gotcha.
But I don't think there's a barrier as long as you bring in the laughs.
Did you laugh when Bill Maher said house nigga?
Nah. Well, yeah.
His timing was good. Come on now. Stop it, James.
No, it was one of the things I was like, I laughed, but then I was like, ooh, that's not gonna be good though. That's not gonna be good. But I did like the way he was just like so confident about it, like killed it, right? No? Oh no, I didn't.
It's a joke, guys.
Right, yeah. But he said it like he already had 500 signatures that it was okay for him to say that joke. No, I did my research. The community said I can say this.
What do you think about Conor McGregor saying,
boy?
Boy.
Yeah.
You know, people don't know that's a racist slur.
Exactly. And some people are like, it's boxing. You know, everyone talks mess. But once again, it's an ignorance to the connotation of boy and the historical, context to all that. So if you don't know that, then you don't see the problem. But if you're in any type of way educated or aware about the history of that word, it just catches you. When I was listening, I was enjoying the whole thing. And he was like, dance for me, boy. And I was like, ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
Now, what if he would have been like, okay, I apologize where I'm from. I didn't realize. But now he can't because he's about to be in this boxing match. Can he apologize?
He can't apologize.
Like, how do you handle that situation? Because what if he didn't? And I can't imagine that he didn't realize the connotation. But let's just say, for instance, he didn't and he wanted to apologize. Can you apologize now? Can you say, look, I didn't mean it that way?
I think he can. It's still a joke. He could be like, I apologize, Floyd, for what I said. I've written you this letter. I know you can't read it, but what it says is that I will never call you boy again. He's still talking mess, but he apologized. It's just a creative way of doing it.
Because like, it feels like when he says
I like
dance.
that.
I wrote you an apology.
You writing from the
Right.
He should pay me because that was fire.
That was fire.
That was fire.
He should do that at the next press conference.
What if he did? I'd be
That's
like,
Oh, man.
appropriation.
That'd be a good sketch, though. Racist adjacent. Meaning people who say racist things, but they're not trying to be racist. Like, I don't think Connor was trying to be racist. He just didn't know. I don't think Bill Maher was trying to be racist.
But the second time.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know?
Right, but that's
Or
the
Shia
thing.
LaBeouf. Racist adjacent.
Yeah, I mean, people, when you don't know the context of certain phrases, you don't even know. Sometimes you're just talking and say, oh man, I done slipped into the racist box.
Yeah.
But that's why
check
you watch
out
my show.
Hood Adjacent. When does it come on?
Wednesdays, 9 p.m., Comedy Central. We got to get y'all on the show for real. We doing it for the culture. Next episode is about Black Twitter.
Wow.
I got Carlos Miller, Amanda Seals, Bomani Jones talking about side chick, side dude humor.
Wow.
I mean, we doing it for the culture and talking about these nuanced things and explaining it for everybody.
Okay.
People who already know about it and people who don't. And every episode is a new topic that we just break down from the hood adjacent point of view.
You said they had that Side Chicks of Charlotte show coming out.
Is that a real show?
Yeah.
It's for real, it looks like. I don't know what network it's going to be on, but they've been doing interviews and everything.
See, on my show, we're going to have a thought-provoking discussion about
Stop saying thought-provoking. It's thought.
Thought.
No,
when you say
I'm trying
thought-provoking-
to get the ladies involved. No, sorry. We're gonna have a very educated discussion about why the black community and Black Twitter loves side chick, side dude humor. Because you're not gonna watch Seinfeld and he's talking about side chicks, or you're not gonna turn on what's the show with damn, I'm blanking right now on
Blackish?
No, the white Blackish.
Oh, Modern Family.
Modern Family.
White Blackish.
The white blackish.
They're not talking about it, but there's side chicks and side dudes in every race. White, black, Hispanic.
Asian.
But we have made
A culture.
a
It's a
culture
culture.
of
Yeah,
comedy
yeah.
about it. So that's what we talk about. And we like break
Do they
down
call it side chicks? Like, do white people be like, oh, that's my
White
side
people
chick?
say they're having an affair.
mistress,
Mistress, yes.
And Italians call it a
nanny.
Now, nanny. This guy's stupid. Dumar. Huh? Dumar, that's what it is.
And
Asian,
nanny.
we have concubines.
That's what?
Concubines.
And where?
Asian culture.
And where?
All right. Well, Hood Adjacent.
Hood adjacent. We did it, man.
Comedy Central, what time again?
Wednesdays, 9 p.m. It's lit. My shoe game is on fire every episode. I just wore the college Jordans in my last episode.
Did you get the baller? What is it called?
The big baller brands?
Yeah.
Man, I went to wear the slides one
those.
episode, but they're not. You can buy them, but you can't get them yet.
I haven't gotten mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? So I couldn't. We're done taping, but next season I'm rocking
All right. Well, there you
triple
have it.
B's.
It's the Breakfast Club. It's James Davis.